Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam Swami. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Namaskaram. Day for yesterday, we were prompted to share some thoughts on Guru. You remember?
Yes, Swami.
At that time, we wanted to share with you all one article of Chidanji Maharaj. Sit down. All of you can see now?
Yes, Swami.
No.
Yes, Swami. Yes, Swami. Yes, Swami.
It's one of the most powerful messages given to us. The title of the article is Guru Never Dies. How do I make it?
I'm just trying to see if I have that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to locate if I have that.
Please hold on. You want that article?
Swamiji, yes.
Oh, how do I send it?
In the email, Swamiji. You
How?
put it in the draft. I'll take it from the draft.
How do I send it?
Swamiji, I will share the screen itself directly. Swamiji, I'll share this one.
Come.
Here. See, Swamiji, I got a better idea.
You got it?
Done. See.
Got it?
No, it's not.
Swamiji, can you send this to
Presenting.
Swamiji, can you please mail this to me?
Swamiji said, can you mail this to me?
I can't do any of these things.
Swamiji, you can send it to put it in the draft. I will send it to
I
that.
can't do that.
Oh, I will do it. Swamiji, I'll take it. Control A, copy. Go to this. Create. This field start first presenting. Windows. Cancel. Create. Compose. Okay. Discount one. Control A, delete. Control V. And Padma wants it. Padma Chavan. D. Ramji, should I share that screen also from here? 1 second. Share window. This
Yes,
screen.
yes, please.
Yes. I've sent it, Padmama.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
How to make it bolder?
Here, Ramji has to go back to the screen. Alt tab to this here. Yeah.
All of you can read now?
You want it little
Yes,
bigger?
Swamiji.
Right.
We can also enlarge.
We can make it
also
bigger.
enlarge it.
Yeah, we'll make it bigger. One moment. Control A. Can you read now? Is it better?
Yes.
Okay.
We can also enlarge.
Yes.
Okay.
Guru never dies. The Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. Right one. The Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. That he may so live, he spent his life entering into the disciple in the form of his idealism, his ideas, his vision, his attitudes, his sense of values. How does he enter, The Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. How does he live? He spends his life entering into the disciple in the form of his idealism, his ideas, his vision, his attitude, his sense of values. This will happen only when I become receptive, If I keep my mind shut, how can he enter? How can he enter the idealism? Think. Anyway, we'll first read. His aim and objective for living is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that he may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples. Guru's aim and objective for living is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that he may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples. The bright light of a candle never ceases to shine once its flame was lighted by another candle. It itself may be snuffed out, but it is already burning brightly upon another candle through another wick, the self-same light. That means even if we pass away, as disciples, the light does not get extinguished because it is a continuous perennial flow. So even after the dropping of the body of the disciple, the Guru continues to exist, live through another one, in the form of his ideals, not the form. Ponder this well. You are the being through whom the Guru lives. This is an honor, this is a privilege, this is a great good fortune. It is also a responsibility. It is a duty. It's a truth to be known, kept in mind always. I must be what the Guru has taught me to be. I must be what the Guru was. What a tremendous responsibility, When our so-called negativities turn up, immediately the Guru consciousness should well up in our heart. What are you talking? What are you thinking? Is this befitting to be my disciple? I must be what the Guru has taught me to be. I must be what the Guru was. You must make the vibrant spirituality of the Guru live within you. The sublime idealism of the Guru live within you. The spiritual teachings of the Guru live within you. His loftiness and character and conduct should live within you. His divine nature and the divine way he lived his life should be relived in you. Pa, 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 pa. Looking at you, the world should understand the divinity of your Guru. If you revere some being, you should also wish to carry out his instructions and orders to walk the way that he wants you to walk, the way that he has shown by his teachings as well as by his living. To live fully in accordance with and not contrary to his will would be the genuine manner of showing reverence in a practical way. When we hear all these things, one thing we are all very clear, we are nowhere near our Guru, no? If you, I will again, you must make the vibrant spirituality of the Guru live within you. The sublime idealism of the Guru live within you. The spiritual teachings of the Guru live within you. His loftiness and character and conduct should live within you. His divine nature and the divine way he lived his life should be relived in you. Looking at you, the world should understand the divinity of your Guru. If you revere some being, you would also wish to carry out his instructions and orders to walk the way that he wants you to walk, the way that he has shown by his teachings as well as by his living, to live fully in accordance with and not contrary to his will, would be the genuine manner of showing reverence in a practical way. The devotee who has devotion and reverence for God does this. He tries his level best to live his life in accordance with the will of God. He does not go contrary to the will of God. Reverence and devotion and contrariness to his will cannot coexist. Reverence and devotion and contrariness to his will cannot coexist. They cannot both exist at the same time in the same person. If there is reverence, there is obedience. If there is reverence, there is the attempt to carry out his will in thought, word, and deed. If we say that we revere and do not do this, then it means that there is something wrong. There is an essential inner contradiction. Similarly with the Guru, our life should be a Guru-oriented life. Our life should be a life of harmony with his will and teachings. That would be therefore the way we express our reverence for the Guru. And that we should do so daily. We should live a Guru-oriented life in close accordance with his teachings to us, not only daily but hourly, from morning till night. We must be aware that this orientation in our lives is one of the essential ingredients of discipleship. Then indeed all blessings will be ours. Then indeed day by day we will proceed and progress towards the goal. The Guru's teachings will find fulfillment in the disciples' living, and all blessedness will follow. To this end, we must sincerely, earnestly, diligently strive without ceasing. Our supreme good and the highest welfare lies in this. May the divine grace of the Supreme and the benedictions of the Guru enable us to do so and live so. We have heard these words now. What do we feel the moment we hear all these things?
Inadequacy.
Totally inadequate. So every time, every now and then we have to keep on reading. That is why he brought into the forefront, because we on 21st of July we all say that we are going to have Guru Purnima Day. Do we mean anything? Or is it just a mark in the calendar? Do we really mean anything? So that is why probably Papa thought we must go through it again and again and again, and try to take the balance sheet as to where we stand. We have superficial reverence for the Guru, no doubt. We prostrate before his image every day. The moment we utter the word Papa, something wells up in our heart. Genuine reverence, no doubt. Genuine reverence. But we were thinking that is enough. But when he makes us to hear these words, that is only 1% of our reverence. 99% of the reverence comes from so many other things. The Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. That he may so live, he spends his life entering into the disciple in the form of his idealism, his ideas, his vision, his attitudes, his sense of values. At least for the sake of our own sadhana, what do we feel the moment we hear the word Papa? Let us try that. This idealism, his ideas, his vision, his attitude, his sense of values. At least intellectually, what do we mean by the word Papa?
Complete resignation to the will of God. Complete resignation to the will of God.
Complete resignation to the will of God, which we have not still reached. But we know at least it is the thing to be reached. Complete resignation to the will of God. Then,
Total dependence on God.
okay, total dependence on God.
The only purpose of life is to understand the self and
One minute.
Remove otherness. Remove like to see.
Try to remove the sense of otherness. Okay.
Universal love and service.
Selflessness.
Selflessness, yes. Universal love and service.
the purpose of life is to understand that we have to reach ourself and we have to live in the self.
We have to live.
Attain
In
the
the
self
self.
and live in the self. Live in the self. We have to attain the self and live in the self. Live in the self. Live in the self. Supreme self within.
Okay.
When Balasubramanian ji was raised his hand. Balasubramanian ji can talk.
Yeah, I said that the purpose of life, as per Papa, is to understand the self and live in the self.
Okay.
Through self-service, dhyana and nama.
Chanting Ramna only to remember him.
Chanting Ram Nam to remember him, to remember him, to remember him. Yes, then.
Then doing the meditation, going from the sound to the silence, from the form of Papa to the formless, and then doing the service where I understand that I'm not different from others.
Correct. Yes.
Meditating and chanting.
Yeah.
Everything works through that life force in you.
Huh?
Everything is working because of the life force in you.
He is there in the form of life force. Life is the expression of Atman. Yes, then. Try again, no? It is limitless.
He is always with us.
Huh?
He is always with us.
He is always with us. He has been with us. He is always with us.
We are kind of
Huh?
seeing God in everything.
Seeing God in everything.
Seeing God in everything. Hmm. We are trying to understand the moment we hear the word Papa, the moment we remember the word Papa, the moment we utter the word Papa, is it merely confined to the form? No. What all we now he has brought it out through different forms is the ideal. So we have something. We have something on our credit. At least at the intellectual level, it is there. It's a great blessing. Now our struggle is to somehow make it a reality in our life. I think first hurdle he has made us to cross over. It is not merely the form. Nobody said anything about that form. But through the form to the formless, that somebody said, yes. So the Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. We are trying to understand. The form had left the body in 1963, 61 years back. So now we know the Guru never dies because he lives in the disciple. That he may live, he spends his life entering into the disciple in the form of his idealism, his ideas, his visions, his attitudes, his sense of values. His aim and objective for living is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that he may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples. What does this sentence, what does it convey to us? His aim and objective for living is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that the Guru may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples. Means what?
We become the walking personification of Guru.
Yeah, we are the walking personifications of our Guru.
A little more clarity, Easy to understand.
His omnipresence. His omnipresence.
His omnipresence.
He is omnipresent, but here he says, his aim and objective for living, the Guru's aim and objective for living is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that he may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples.
Walk in the Guru's path.
Walk in the Guru's path. That means I must have the receptivity,
Nice Swamiji.
We must have the receptivity to receive his influence, his presence. Suppose we have shut ourselves with our own rights and wrongs, likes and dislikes, preferences, priorities, then we are not allowing him to step in,
Correct.
Yes.
His idealism is the identification of the common denominator in everybody. Where the me and mine does not prevent the influence of Guru to shine in me. The moment the me and mine becomes dominant, I am proving contrary to the Guru's wish. And we try to understand through the various incidents of Papas. His aim and objective for living, that is Guru's, is to ceaselessly and continuously strive and work so that the Guru may live forever in and through each and every one of his disciples. The bright light of a candle never ceases to shine once its flame has lighted another candle. That is how the Guru Shishya Parampara goes on, no? So not only that we try to live, we try to make our mind more and more open, receptive to the influence of Papa's teachings. We also try to pass it on to others, not vocally, but by our very life. Ponder this well. You are the being through whom the Guru lives. This is an honor, this is a privilege, this is a great good fortune. It is also a responsibility. It is a duty. It is a truth to be known and kept in mind always. I must be what the Guru has taught me to be. I must be what the Guru was. Here we should be very careful not to imitate idealism. Imitation is not possible. I must be what the Guru has taught me to be. I must be what the Guru was. You must make the vibrant spirituality of the Guru live within you. Vibrant spirituality of the Guru, no? Not external form. The sublime idealism of the Guru live within you. The spiritual teachings of the Guru live within you. His loftiness and character and conduct should live within you. His divine nature and the divine way he lived his life should be relived in you. Looking at you, the world should understand the divinity of your Guru. The last one is a wonderful stroke. Very difficult, very difficult, very difficult. That means every moment I should be aware, no? Papa's idealism should live within me. I must never limit to anything, petty things. As we reach the Guru Purnima day, Papa wants us now to dwell upon these aspects. So that something of it we will try to catch hold of. Something of it. The process of purification. The process of removing the dirt in me. Because this is what Papa wants. That's why he drew us to himself. Mysteriously he drew us. There may be some instrumental cause in each and every disciple's case. For example, in 63, when we were made to hear about Anandashram, the one which struck, he said, Swami Chimayaji Maharaj said, this is the temple of sadhana. No? Anandashram was named as the temple of sadhana. Some instrumental cause might be there, where you get individual attention. Even today, many a time we feel, Mataji is closely watching our movement. So whenever we go off the line, we forget. Immediately we remember, oh, Mataji will not like this. Anything that is petty, anything that is narrow. Unknowingly, we may say so many things. We may. Day for yesterday, we were sharing. A stage should come when we don't use any adjective at all. Because everything has come from him. Normally, we put adjectives and adverbs, automatic, without knowing. But when we remember, to them, everything has come from him, so there can't be any adjective. There is no preference. Oh, what a tall order it is, Just imagine. Because everything, nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant. That means everything has come from him. So then, in that case, how can we add any prefix or suffix? Minutely, minutely we should become aware. Whether he was asked to go out to the platform, and when he was asked to lie down in a place where he got the urine smell, he did not develop any aversion, no negative thoughts. He was able to happily accept. No adjective, no adverb. Think. What a tremendous, that's what he said, it's a tremendous responsibility. To say that I am Papa's disciple is a terrible, I think we will not better say that. Because we are yet to qualify. We are yet to qualify.
Swamiji,
Ah.
but the fact that he has chosen us itself is a very fulfilling thought, Swamiji.
The
Nothing
fact
more
that he
is
has
needed.
chosen us itself is a very fulfilling thought.
It's a fulfilling thought, no doubt. No doubt. At the same time, he makes us feel. Don't stop with that. I should, looking at you, the world should understand the divinity of your Guru. That means it should be reflected in all my thoughts, words, and deeds. Tremendous responsibility. Not that I want to violate, but I should become aware, By practice, we are used to certain words, certain expressions, certain attitudes, though we don't mean anything bad. How to get over that? When he was asked what is his will now, he was able to immediately relate everything to the next moment's activities, Still we will say, by Papa's grace. We are again, there is something which is not Papa's grace, not Papa's will. There is something which is Papa's grace, Papa's will. Whereas he says the next moment he gets up and goes, that is what his will is. Others can say, we cannot say now. He is immediately standing there and watching. What are you talking, man? Am I only in this particular one? We say, we keep the finger crossed, Papa willing. That means unknowingly there are some areas where Papa does not have any say.
We are still under his umbrella.
So somewhere you have to.
Swamiji, now that you have said, it gives me a feeling that when Papa talks about the Himalayas, he also talks about being peaceful at the stench of the urinal.
That's what? A stench of the urine. He stench of urine.
Yeah. And also the Himalayas.
When he talks about the
The beauty
Himalayas,
of
he talks about the grandeur of Himalayas, he also talks about the stink of the urine.
Nothing is exempted, nothing is excluded. You must make the vibrant spirituality of the Guru live within you, the sublime idealism of the Guru live within you, the spiritual teachings of the Guru live within you, his loftiness and character and conduct should live within you, his divine nature and the divine way he lived his life should be relived in you. Looking at you, the world should understand the divinity of your Guru. If you revere some being, you would also wish to carry out his instructions and orders, to walk the way in which he wants you to walk, the way that he has shown by his teachings as well as by his living, to live fully in accordance with and not contrary to his will, would be the genuine manner of showing reverence in a practical way. The devotee who has devotion and reverence for God does this. He tries his level best to live his life in accordance with the will of God. He does not go contrary to the will of God. Reverence and devotion and contrariness to his will cannot coexist. They cannot both exist at the same time in the same person. Sit down. If there is reverence, there is obedience. If there is reverence, there is the attempt to carry out his will in thought, word, and deed. If we say that we revere and do not do this, then it means that there is something wrong. There is an essential inner contradiction. Similarly with the Guru, our life should be a Guru-oriented life. Because he is the pratyaksha testimony, no? It is not a theory given to us. It is a theory lived out through that form. Now we can understand to some extent how he is leading us to different teachings, at different times. That means he is anxious to see that we don't err, we don't forget. He knows we are committed to him, but our equipment is not still pure enough to live up to what is expected of us. But now we find, having heard this again and again, Guru-oriented life. So whenever in need, he opens up that particular window and shows us, this is what I have said.
So at this given point in time, can we take it as an attitude and trying to put our effort to reach that level?
Yes, exactly. Every moment we should be able to live Guru-oriented life. That means we can try to understand like this. Anything that is limited is contrary to our Guru. Because he's all-pervading, he's all-enveloping, all-embracing attitude, where there is no otherness. Even if we...
Let whatever I do be a fitting offering to thy holy feet.
So as we now reach Guru Purnima Day, let us all try to assimilate as much as we can and then pray to him from the bottom of the heart. At least you have made us to understand all these things. You have made us to feel the necessity or the urgency in living up to what has been taught to us by your very life. Your total reliance on God, your all enveloping attitude, zero possessiveness, total reliance, and all these things, we have understood now intellectually. To some extent, we are trying to practice, but the sense of individuality dominates many a times. And we know that this is not, you will not give us marks. If I have to get the full mark, I must somehow reduce the dominance of this me and mine, and allow the mind to dwell on your thoughts, your ideas, your idealism. So enable me to remember this.
Swamiji,
Even for fun's sake, let me not say that I want this to be done, no? Because then I know that I am ruling out your role. Ah.
Swamiji, when we have Dida Viswas, unshakable faith or trust in our Guru's words, Papa நம்மள வந்து கையை பிடிச்சு கூட்டின்னு போவாரே சுவாமிஜி.
போவார். கையை
அப்ப
கூட்டி
இந்த தாட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஞாபகத்துல அவர் கொண்டு வருவார் இல்லையா?
அப்போ நம்ம இப்போ திரும்பி பார்க்குறோம், இதெல்லாம் சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருந்தோமே, நமக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. We have started revering Papa not yesterday or day before yesterday, no? It must be decades now. And where are we now? That means not 1% somewhere we would have accepted. But still, so many things are there. We have not unearthed at all. As somebody pointed out, that insufficiency in our knowing Him, in understanding Him. Because the moment we start knowing Him fully, that itself is a great, great, great blessing. Because nobody is exempted, nothing is exempted there. Everything and everybody is in, no? That all pervading, all embracing, all covering.
See, what is talked about the God-oriented life or the Guru-oriented life is more, at this given point in time, relative and impractical thing for me. And certainly Papa will be in a position to understand my limitations and where I come from. So will he not extend his help to me?
Will he not extend his help to me? Will he not extend his help to me? No.
He will, provided we also stretch our hand to Him, We are stretching our hand to something else. Though He is calling us. That means more and more we have to become receptive. More and more we have to become receptive. Yes, now I remember. You take that In Quest of God. In Quest of God. Or there the new book. Signpost. Inside the room. In the first chapter, end of the first chapter, you remember? Does anybody remember end of the first chapter? What is that? End of the last line of the first chapter.
Yes, Swamiji. All thought, all mind, all soul was concentrated on Ram. All mind, all soul was concentrated on Ram. Ram covering up and absorbing everything.
Ram covering and absorbing
everything.
That is what is needed. So to understand Papa in one form, to understand Papa, easy way to understand is to go to the last line of the first chapter. The sense of possession and relationship was vanishing. All thought, all mind, all heart, all soul was concentrated on Ram. Ram covering up, absorbing everything. Nothing that has been left out. No? The sense of possession and relationship was vanishing because that was the two things that were separating me from him. All thought, all mind, all heart, all soul was concentrated on Ram. Ram covering up, absorbing everything. Think. So this is a very important portion, no? And also when you open the, here it is there, outpourings, small book, here, in front. Ah. O Ram, what thy slave Ramdas should do or should not do must be determined by thee alone. He is bewildered, he is helpless. Make him resign all to thee. Let him live, move, and have his being in thee. Let him eat, drink, sleep, move, sit, stand, talk, think, look, hear, smell, touch, do everything in thy name and for thy sake only. O Ram, O Divine Mother, Ramdas is thine totally, completely. Heart, soul, body, mind, everything. Let him eat, drink, sleep, move, sit, stand, talk, think, look, hear, smell, touch. What is left out now? Yeah. Do everything in thy name and for thy sake. This is Papa, no? These two expressions, the last line of the first chapter of In Quest of God and some amplification is from in the cave, the second revelations, where this is what is expected of us when we say we are Papa's devotees. Now we are trying to watch ourselves, to what action we have been. Somewhere we must have done something. Something we have the satisfaction, yes, we are moving toward that. But every time, behind every activity, am I remembering? Am I doing that everything is for thy name and thy sake? That is why he was free from adjectives, adverbs, prefix, suffix.
Swamiji, even in Tirupati, Papa says that even if mosquitoes bites, it's good for doing Ramna. We are not able to do that here.
Ah.
But Yogi often used to say that this beggar died at the feet of Papa.
Eh?
Yogi Ram Surat Kumar used to say this beggar died at the feet of Papa.
I think with this background, we again go through the In Quest of God. Probably we might be able to understand now a little more clearer than what we understood previously. Previously we were reading that what the sadhana has made him to conquer. Now we are trying to understand how am I to qualify myself as his devotee, no? Have I been able to remove the word negativity from any of the things that are happening in and around me? Then only I am entitled to call myself as his disciple. We must be aware of this orientation of our life. It is one of the essential ingredients of discipleship. Then indeed all blessings will be ours. Then indeed day by day we will proceed and progress towards the goal. The Guru's teachings will find fulfillment in the disciples' living, and all blessedness will follow. You must be aware that this orientation in our life is one of the essential ingredients of discipleship. Then indeed all blessings will be ours.
Which book you are referring, Swamiji, where these writings are there?
This book is called Arise.
Awake, realize your divinity of Swami Chidananji Maharaj.
Is it available as an e-book, Swamiji?
It's there. Some of the chapters are
No,
there on
but
BLS website.
no, there are so many books. There are 3 important books: Ponder the Truth and
Call to Liberation.
Call for the Liberation. And this one, Awake, is also a very important book. Somehow we could not find it in our e-books.
It is, Swamiji, few chapters have been put up by them on the website.
So when we were in Rishikesh, we wanted to locate one particular article. It was not available anywhere. So you can write to them, Awake.
Surely, Swamiji.
All these 3 books are every now and then we have to go through, because Swamiji's style of presentation is something unique. It directly goes and touches your heart.
Swamiji,
Ah.
can you please mention the 3 books again?
Huh?
She's saying, can you mention the 3 books?
You write down, Ponder the Truth.
These books.
Ponder these truths. Morning talks. And the next one is
And
Call-
Awake, realize your divinity.
Call-
Call to liberation. Call to liberation.
Call for Liberation.
Uh,
And then Awake, realize your divinity.
yeah. Call to liberation.
A call to liberation. That is, later on we came to know, when Swamiji was in headquarters, and when he was healthy, every day morning satsang at the Samadhi Mandir, he used to come and share these thoughts. Somebody was kind enough to jot down and then edit it and then bring it out. But every now and then, this particular article, the moment we read this, it straight away went to the heart. Here is a description of how am I to qualify myself as my Guru's disciple. We don't mean in the narrow sense, when he say my Guru. How am I to qualify myself? So this here, in this article, beautiful article, day for yesterday, when he said, one more thing I want to, day for yesterday we made a reference about this. And we forgot the whole thing. Just now when we came here, 5 minutes before we opened, we were thinking, oh, where are we to drop? It is not there in this book. Where are we to drop? Mysteriously, you will find we were drawn to an old vision, and that particular vision, immediately when we went there for the July editions, hoping that it might have some connection with Guru Purnima, in that particular vision, this is there. In all 5 minutes, we were really thrilled. When when we wanted to know this particular article, Guru never dies. That much we know. Immediately, we are taken. This must have come in old vision. Old vision means 2001, 2002, something like that. Just imagine 22 years back. So how does he make her to go there? And immediately cut and paste, and we brought it to the desktop, kept it ready. All these things were over in 5-10 minutes. Another article we tried to locate, that is still there, but this is not that.
Which one is the one you're trying to locate, Swamiji?
Similarly with the Guru, our life should be Guru oriented. If you revere being, you would also wish to carry out the instructions. So something from this also we have taken. And in this particular, we have put the combination from so many other and then added. Anyway, now it is presented to us in a beautiful form. So one more thing is clear, as we try to go deeper and deeper into it, in a mysterious way he makes us to locate this and go through it and enjoy it.
ಗೀತೆಯಿಂದ ಭಗವಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಬರ್ಯಾನ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಭಕ್ತನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು
Priya Bhakta. The 12th chapter is who is my dearest devotee, The Lord answers, Adveshta Sarvabhutanam Maitra Karunaya Vaja. So that 7-8 slokas. And Ranganathanji Maharaj says this word particular. No use of our telling we are Papa's devotees. Papa should say he is my devotee. So how do I become eligible for that? That's what through this particular particular article, we are reminded. Anyway, let us see how he takes us forward. Let us try to absorb as much as we can and keep it in our mind, and then allow it to get reflected in our thoughts, words, and deeds, so that the process of actualizing, translating the ideal into our day-to-day life, it gets hastened. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam. Namaskaram. Pranam.